Hello and welcome to To Do Tuesday. This is Deb from Kitchen to Shelf. That's kitchen and then number 2 shelf.com. What you need to know to grow. So I hope you guys enjoyed the Super Bowl on Sunday. I know Steve and I did. We had a big party. Well, a party of two, Steve and I, but we still had some amazing chili that he made and a good time watching the game. Which actually, I think about football, and I'm not a big football fan, but I think about really the processes and procedures that they have in place to keep them moving down the field. And I want you to think about that for your business, right? Last week, we talked about the reasons it's so important to have good processes and procedures, and you need those to scale. You need to have something in place that you don't have to think about as you're building your business. So this week, we're continuing to talk about processes and procedures. And last week, one of the things I had you do was make a list of places that you already have processes and procedures in place. This week, what I want you to do is to think of where you can add process and procedure, and then put together a step-by-step plan that you can use. So an example I'm going to use is if you decide, I could use some sort of processes for my sales, right? Now, I picked this because it is one of my weakest points, and I like to look at things that I'm weak at and how can I improve them? And sales is one of them. So you could start to put together a sales process. So first of all, you would go through and look at what you do already and start writing that down. It's like, well, I usually make a phone call and then I follow up with this and then I send a sample and then I do a follow-up. So think about how you do the process right now and then write it down. And then next, pick a person, if you're doing sales, that you want to reach and say, okay, how would I put them through this sales process? Get out your calendar. It's like, okay, week 1, I'm going to send the first email. Week 2, I'm going to send a second email. Week 3, I'm going to follow up by sending a sample because they said yes. And then week 4, I'm going to follow up with a follow-up and see how the samples went. And then 5, see if I can get a meeting. So that would be kind of the process you go through. And then you say, okay, I'm going to get 6 different people in this sales system. So 6 leads. And bingo, you have a process. Now you can do this with whatever you want. So you might choose something else that you want to put a process or a procedure in. But think of what you can do, what can be replicated, and then start writing it down and getting those processes in place. So that's it for your To Do Tuesday. This is Deb from Kitchen to Shelf. That's kitchen and then number 2 shelf.com. What you need to know to grow. Talk to you next week.